Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy, man. For today's video, we got an article by Bleacher Report titled Every NBA Team's Best New Weapons. So every single team is upgraded or gotten some new player in some regard. And we're going to go through this and give you guys my thoughts and opinions, on every single player that was acquired and kind of my expectations for them next season and the role they're going to play. Also, keep in mind that this was made on August 31st, 2022, the article. So the Donovan Mitchell trade is not going to be in here. So obviously that's going to be the biggest player for the Cleveland Cavaliers as far as new weapons go. Let's see, a huge Ricky Rubio fan, although he's not really a new weapon because he was there last season. Also, he's not better than Donovan Mitchell. So why am I talking about it? I do not know, man, but let's go ahead and get going on this. So the first team we have is the Atlanta Hawks with DeJounte Murray. Murray's a great player. I'm not going to lie. I don't think there's going to be an in-between with DeJounte Murray on the Hawks. I think it's either going to work out perfectly and the team is going to really excel, or it's not going to work. It makes me a little bit nervous because, both DeJounte and Trae Young are ball-dominant guards and everything. But at the same time, if DeJounte can become a bit of like a catch-and-shoot type of player and stuff like that, or Trae Young plays a little bit better off ball or something, obviously is going to work out. Great defensive player and everything, so it's going to be interesting. Next up, we got Malcolm Brogdon for the Boston Celtics. Yeah, this was also maybe for, Gallinari went down for the season with a torn ACL. Sad stuff. But with Malcolm Brogdon, I don't know, man. I look at it as like one of the low-key biggest moves of the offseason. I love Malcolm Brogdon. I think this is exactly what the Boston Celtics needed. And I don't know, man. I think that they're going to be my favorite coming out of the Eastern Conference again. The team got better. Like, Brogdon is a huge difference maker. And, they were already in the finals last year. So, we'll see, though. We'll see. Okay, we got the Brooklyn Nets with TJ Warren. Now I think TJ Warren was initially brought on the team as like insurance just in case Kevin Durant was traded or something like that. But regardless, we have not really seen him play in since like 2020 essentially, right? During the bubble and everything. I don't know if he's going to be a starter or anything, but as far as like, a 3-level scorer off the bench as a 6th or 7th man, I think that's definitely going to be a solid role for him. Once again, the insurance policy in the case of, don't really know about Ben Simmons. Hopefully he's back playing and good to go next season. Kevin Durant's still an injury prone to it in a sense. So, yeah, I think he'll bring them some good, solid, scoring, whatever his role is. We get the Hornets with Mark Williams. Obviously, this was their draft pick and everything. And I think this goes to show how underwhelming the Charlotte Hornets offseason was. Mark Williams is your traditional type of center. He's going to grab some rebounds, block some shots. And, it could be interesting. I could see him, eventually maybe having like an Andre Drummond type of rookie impact, or at least sophomore impact that he did with the Detroit Pistons and everything. So, another big body to, run it with LaMelo Ball and everything like that. He just has to stay out of foul trouble and stuff. Hey, there we go, man. Andre Drummond with the Chicago Bulls as a backup center. I don't mind Drummond like that. He's definitely a different type of player than Vooch is, and I think that's always good. I think anytime you have, a backup big, you either want them to be like a poor man's version of the starter, just because, like, obviously, like, incorporating them with the other players is easy, or you want somebody that's just completely different, just to give you a different dynamic with the team. And I feel like Andre Drummond definitely does that with his rebounding and everything. Next up, we got, Donovan Mitchell for the Cleveland Cavaliers, for obvious reasons. Let's move on with him, man. I've talked about him so much, like, I don't got much more to say. Yeah, it was an elite trade for them. Dallas Mavericks with Christian Wood. Yes, Christian Wood is going to have a big impact. I still think they need to do something to replace what Jalen Brunson was for this team. Maybe that it is going and trying to get Jordan Clarkson or somebody like that from the Utah Jazz. Christian Wood is like the type of player he is, but it's like you got better on the interior, or at least in the front court, but you got worse in the backcourt. And I know Luke is in the backcourt obviously too, but I don't know, man. I just feel like there's something more they need to do. I still think there's time. Like, Tim Hardaway's cool, Reggie Bullock is cool, but they gotta get somebody else. I was hoping Colin Sexton, but I think Jordan Clarkson probably is their best bet now. Maybe like a Mike Conley too, I guess. Maybe for like a season, I guess. But yeah. Okay, here we got the Denver Nuggets with KCP. Yeah, 3-and-D type of player, champion. He'll fit nicely in the lineup. He'll know his role and everything like that. He'll play it nicely. Like, KCP has become a good role player in the NBA. Had higher hopes when he was on the Pistons, but it's all good. Hey, Detroit Pistons, Jaden Ivey. Yeah, I am so pumped for the NBA season. I have not been this excited about a Pistons team, since it was like Chauncey, Rip, Tayshaun, Sheet, and Big Ben. Jaden Ivey, you know, I think early on he might have some issues with shot selection. He's a very explosive player, huge wingspan and everything like that. But I just hope he doesn't, like, you know, he's going to be excited and he's going to take some bad shots, and I'm going to be patient with him just like every Pistons fan should be. But when he gets it going, like, this kid's going to be special, man. I can see it with him already. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the season to start. I'm talking preseason. I'm going to watch every single preseason game too. Golden State Warriors, Dante DiVincenzo. Yeah, the fact that they lost, you know, Gary Payton, Otto Porter, replacing them and getting Dante DiVincenzo, who is a very solid veteran, you know, for the, I guess on the Bucks, Kings, and stuff like that. But, you know, just, I like him as a backup. I like him as a backup. I'm curious how the rotation's going to go, because, you know, they got a lot of guards on that team, man. So, we'll see what it's all about, though. I mean, I guess I would assume he's going to come off the bench with Jordan Poole. You know, I assume Dante's the 2 and Poole's the point guard, but you also got guys like Moses Moody on the team, so... But he might still be a season or two away, so we'll see. Houston Rockets, yeah, you got yourselves Jabari Smith Jr. I call him the next Rashard Lewis. That's not an insult. That's a huge compliment. I mean, even he'd be better than Rashard Lewis. Let's be honest with him, man. But yeah, so he's gonna be fun to watch. He's gonna be fun to watch. So not really too much to say about him. Like, he was drafted as a top 3 pick for a reason. So we'll see. We'll see. Here we got the Indiana Pacers, Benedict Mathurin. Watch out for this kid right here, man. Like, something about him. He gives me some all-star vibes. He gives, I know it's probably a little premature to say, but just something about him on this team. I think he's going to eventually have like a Paul George type of impact, man, or a Victor Oladipo. I don't know exactly when, but I see it coming. Like, he got the look in him, man. He got the look in him. We got the LA Clippers with John Wall. Huge pickup for them, man. I mean, the fact that they were able to get John Wall without taking on that ridiculous contract, it's huge. And you know, he's got a lot to prove. He's got a chip on his shoulder. I mean, John Wall, once upon a time, was one of the best point guards in the NBA. He doesn't need to be a top option anymore. He just needs to simply, you know, knock down his shots, be a decent catch and shoot three-point shooter, get the, you know, teammates involved on the offensive side, play a little bit of defense, be good to go, man. Love this pickup. The Clippers, I don't like the Warriors exist and stuff, but if the Clippers stay healthy and it works out with them, I might have a Clippers-Celtics NBA Finals matchup. That's kind of where my mind's leading towards. That obviously can change too. Just my very early hot take. Is it a hot take? Lakers, you got Patrick Beverley. Yeah, he's going to bring that grit and grind mentality that this Lakers team desperately needs. And let's call it like it is. It gives them a more realistic path to at least get rid of Russell Westbrook. Maybe not trade him away in the sense of how they want to do it, because THT was like the big ass, but you still got some draft picks and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens right there. We got the Memphis Grizzlies with Jake LaRavia. Grizzly fans, please educate me about this kid right here. I don't know anything about him, man. I really don't. Do they not get anybody else? I mean, you know, good for you, Jake. Like, good for you, man. Good for you. But I'm just, y'all let me know, man. Y'all let me know. Here we got Miami Heat with Nikola Jovic. And yeah, that power forward position is pretty much wide open for the team right now. I still think they're going to trade for somebody. Have that be a Bojan Bogdanovic. Maybe they get Rudy Gay. I don't really know, man. Interest in Jay Crowder, I guess, is still there. At least he's interested in joining them again and everything. But Jovic, you know, 19-year-old, stretch big, 6'10". The opportunity is there if he wants to take it and seize it. So we'll see what happens. Here we got the Milwaukee Bucks with Marion Beauchamp. Been hearing great things about this player right here. I'm going to call it like it is. I don't know if he's going to have a huge opportunity next season, play for a contender and stuff. Maybe he cracks the rotation. We'll see. But yeah, that Bucks team, they didn't really make a lot of moves, so you got to have somebody in there, right? Here we got the T-Wolves, Rudy Gobert. Analytics love him. One of the greatest defensive players of all time. But also the impact of now having Cat at the 4 spot and everything, and how that's going to work. I don't know. I'm a little less nervous about Rudy and Cat working than I am about the Jonte and Trae Young working. Just because, you know, the team's still being ran through like D'Lo and, you know, Ant-Man and stuff like that. And both these guys definitely know their roles, and they complement each other in that sense too. So we will see. We got Dyson Daniels for the Pelicans. I low-key forgot they drafted Dyson Daniels. Hey, it's like a 6'8" player. Good all-around player, man. They needed Dyson Daniels. You know, CJ McCollum's cool. I assume they're probably going to go with their weird-ass lineup of CJ at point guard and, like, Ingram at the 2 and Herb and Zion and Valanciunas. But if they decide not to do that, or maybe they make some trade to consolidate, I don't really know. I think Dyson Daniels definitely is going to have a huge impact. I don't know, maybe not next season, but I think he might be the man there. Definitely better than Devontae Graham. I think we could all agree on that. We got the Knicks with Jalen Brunson. I know Knicks fans were hoping it was going to say Donovan Mitchell, but not for what was being asked for of him, right, man? So, yeah, Jalen Brunson. dude's a winner. He's been winning since college. He has that it factor where sense where it's like, you know, like basketball skill gets you really far in the NBA, but just having that mentality will get you even farther. And I think Jalen Brunson, you know, got himself a nice little bag. I think he's going to be very Jaylen Brown-esque in the sense where it's like he didn't get his bag and just give up. He's going to work on improving himself and getting better every single day. And, you know, in a season or two from now, you might say, damn, they only had to pay Jalen Brunson that much. Like, that could be the case. I'm hoping the best for him, man. We got the OKC Thunder with Chet. Yeah. Said it'd be worth the wait. Okay, we got the Orlando Magic. Paolo Banchero, future superstar in the NBA. This kid has it all, man. Like, watch him in the Summer League and some of his post moves and just his all-around game, man. Absolutely love his passing, too. This kid can pass. Damn. I'm hoping the Magic make some moves because I feel like the team's there. Jalen Suggs at point guard. That two spot, you know, obviously you got Markelle. You got Cole Anthony. I mean, honestly, I don't know if either one of those guys are really it, like, as far as, like, full-time starting shooting guard. But, you know, positionless basketball could work. Paolo, Franz, they're in a really good place, man. They're in a really good place. Next up, we have the 76ers PJ Tucker. Yeah, we know who PJ is. We know the type of impact he's going to have. Tough player, knocking out some corner threes. Going to be great. Phoenix Suns, Josh Okogie. This is funny. I actually did a video on my main channel, Crispy Flakes, and I saw Josh Okogie was on the Suns, and I forgot he was even on the team. I was like, they got Josh Okogie? But they did. So there we go, man. There we go. Perfect. See what type of impact he has. Portland Trailblazers, Jeremy Grant. Yeah, if Jeremy can play like a second or third option, that's probably a third option. That will be huge for him. If he goes on that team thinking he's in Detroit still, that's not going to mesh well with Damian Lillard. But great defensive player too. And I think he'll play his role nicely. I think it's going to be a nice mixture of Detroit Jeremy and Denver Jeremy. Where some games he goes off, some games, you know, he plays a more limited role, depending if maybe on Fournier's going off or somebody like that. Sacramento Kings, Keegan Murray, yeah, very well could win Rookie of the Year, especially if he plays, you know, to that high standard of basketball and everything and helps them make the playoffs. If he can help the Kings make the playoffs, give Keegan Rookie of the Year. As a Pistons fan, I'm cool with it. As every fan should be. You know, if that I'm just saying, man, the Kings got to make the playoffs. They got to make the playoffs. Spurs, Jeremy Sohan. Yeah, what's he going to play? I don't know too much about. I think he's like a 6'8" player. I've heard some good things, but just haven't really watched him too much. You know, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I don't watch every single college basketball team or player, so really until they're in the NBA playing some games, you don't really get a good sense of them. Unless you're a fan of the team they play for. Yeah, 6'9". Toronto Raptors, Otto Porter. Yep, great offensive player. Fits in with the positionless basketball of the team. Like the pickup. Utah Jazz, Colin Sexton now, right? But Walker Kessler is still going to be interesting. You know, he'll get a pretty good, I don't know, role in minutes on that team. Washington Wizards, Monte Morris. I'm interested to say Monte Morris is a starting point guard. A few seasons ago, he was really efficient for the Denver Nuggets. One of the best backup point guards in the NBA, in my opinion. Maybe that hype's died down a little bit, you know, going like last season and stuff and everything. But I don't know if it's going to be enough to keep Bradley Beal happy. I don't know if it's going to be enough to have the Wizards make the playoffs. But I think Monte should be pretty solid. So what more could you ask for? Probably make the playoffs, right? Okay, hot take. Russell gets traded to the Jazz, gets bought out, signs with the Washington Wizards. Just saying, man. That's all we have for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.